Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. In this review I will comparing the Sigma 100 to 400mm f5 tilt 6.3 and the Tamron 70 to 300mm f4.5 tilt 6.3. Yes, I know, these two lenses have not the same focal length, but if you are searching telephoto lenses up to 300 or 400mm under 1000 euro for your Sony Full Frame Camera, these two lenses could be the solution for you. In a moment I will do some image and video comparison between these both lenses, but first let's take a look at some few specs. Both lenses have two things in common. They share the same filter thread of 67mm and they're weather sealed. The Tamron lens has some advantages. The minimum focus distance starts at 80 cm and the Sigma starts at 1.1 meter. The widest ends starts at 70mm instead of 100mm on the Sigma. Furthermore, the Tamron weighs 545 gram, which means is 591 gram lighter than the Sigma, which has a weight of 1135 gram. The next point is the price. You can buy the Tamron lens currently new for around 450 euro and the Sigma has still a price tag of 900 euro. This is half the price of the Sigma and you can save 450 euro. The next advantage is the size. The Tamron lens has a length of only 148mm and the Sigma has a length of 197mm. And the last thing is a diameter of 77mm compared to the Sigma of 86mm. The Sigma lens on the other hand has 100mm more on the long end and it has also a few switches and buttons. For example, the AF/MF switch or the eye autofocus button, which is also programmable. But the biggest advantage is the image stabilization. This will help you especially in low light conditions or when you're filming. But now we are coming to the interesting part, the side-by-side image and video comparison. As always, I've used the same settings for both lenses and the images come straight out of the camera. Have fun! Okay, back on our side-by-side comparison. What you see here is on the left side the Tamron lens and on the right side the Sigma lens. Here you see the difference between the 70mm and 100mm on both lenses. It's the widest focal length. And of course I've used always the same settings. I've used an ISO of 100, an aperture of 7.1. And I've set the focus manually always on the clock here. So we can't compare these two images because it's not the same focal length, of course, but this is only to show you the difference between 70 and 100mm. And it's a big difference here between these both lenses. Let's go to the comparison 100 to 100mm. What we see here on the first look, the Sigma lens is a little bit warmer here, but both looks quite good. Let's zoom in to 100%. Okay. I think middle, both are more or less similar. Let's go to the top. Here again. Both looks quite good. Maybe the Tamron here on 100mm, it's a slight sharper, but only a little bit. Let's go to the edges. Let's reframe it a little bit. Okay, yeah, here you see it. The Tamron on 100mm, it's a little bit sharper. Let's go on 200%. Yes, and you see it here. But of course you have to go to 200%. If you see it here, both are more or less similar. Let's go to 200mm. And here again, on the first look, both looks very good. Let's zoom in. And here, the Sigma on the mid frame is a little bit sharper. Let's go up. It's here more or less comparable. Let's reframe it a little bit here. Let's go to the edges. Okay, both are sharp, but here on the edge the Sigma is a bit sharper, but not that much. Yes, but both are more or less similar here on 200mm. Let's compare 300mm. Okay, let's zoom in. Yeah, and here you see a clear difference. The Sigma lens is sharper on the mid frame. But okay, this is the longest end here on the Tamron, and on the Sigma we have still 100mm to go. Let's go up. Let's reframe it a little bit. Okay. Let's go to the edges. But okay, here you see it. The Tamron is a bit softer. Let's go to the right side. Yeah, here again. Let's go on 200%. Here you see the Sigma is a bit sharper at 300mm. Good, what you see now is here the 400mm on the Sigma and the 300mm on the Tamron. This is the difference between these both focal lengths, and I will compare it because I want to see if the Sigma lens has also some weaknesses on the longest end. Let's zoom in. Okay, but here you see it again. The Sigma on the longest end is also sharper than the Tamron lens. Let's go up a little bit. Yeah, you see more sharpness on the Sigma lens. Okay, let's compare some bird photography. We have here the same focal length on 300mm with the widest aperture, and the Sigma lens has a slightly smoother bouquet here, but both are more or less comparable. Let's zoom in. Yeah, and you see it here on 300mm, the same result that we had a minute ago. The Sigma lens is a bit sharper here on 300mm. Look at the eye of this bird. Let's go on 200%. It's sharper. Okay, what you see here is now the 400mm on the Sigma compared to the Tamron on 300mm. And this is the difference between these two focal lengths here. And you see it also, the bouquet is much smoother and it looks much better than the 300mm. Okay, and the last photo test here is a bouquet portrait comparison. I've used for both lenses the focal length 300, and what we see directly, the Sigma lens has much more rounder bokeh balls than the Tamron lens here, but on the edges both bokeh balls are more or less comparable. Let's zoom in a little bit, and here this is what you see. The Sigma lens is of course sharper at 300mm. Let's go on 50%, and this is the difference on the bokeh balls. The Sigma lens is much rounder. Okay, on the next minute you will see the video comparison between both lenses, and then we see us again to the conclusion. Welcome back. As you already seen, the Sigma lens had the better image quality. It's simply the better overall package, and the €450 more is worth for the stabilization and the sharper images. This also makes it to one of the most popular telephoto lenses for Sony full frame cameras under €1,000. On the other hand, the Tamron lens was not bad either. It starts at 70mm and it's extremely lightweight, which makes it very attractive for a telephoto lens. But the biggest point is of course the price. You can buy the Tamron for around €450, and that's the half price of the Sigma, and you can invest your saved money also for another lens. If you are not a filmmaker and you just take photos and you use the telephoto lens only from time to time, then the Tamron might be the better choice. But if money and weight doesn't matter to you, then I can recommend the Sigma. It has definitely the better performance. If you like this test, I would appreciate if you can leave a like and subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions, please write in the comments down below. I will try to answer everyone. See you next time.